We're live.
Okay, Senate Education Committee on March 11th, we're back after some break. We're now going to take up a new version of S214, draft number 1.2. And we have with us, Legislative Counsel St. James.
Thank you, Beth St. James, Office of Legislative Counsel. And I would actually say that this is not just a new draft, but it is it's an amendment, a committee amendment to the bill as introduced. So it's a strike all amendment to S214. And so you would strike out everything after the enacting clause, and then you would insert this language in. And it's the language that AOE and DCF recommended yesterday. I should have taken this highlighting out. My apologies. I was just, for my own purposes, highlighting words that I was adding as I was copying this, just to provide some clarification. But otherwise, this is the language that DCF and AOE provided to you. The original draft, as the bill as introduced, because of the way it was drafted, required rulemaking, and this does not require rulemaking. So you'll notice that that's a difference between the bill as introduced and your amendment. Otherwise, it is the language you walked through yesterday with an effective date of July 1, 2026.
That's too simple. But we know what it's trying to do. Right? Well, that'll do here. Works yesterday and here's the sanction. Yeah. Yeah. I think if we're ready for motion.
Yeah. By snagging.
Yeah. Why don't we give them a minute to, I'll try snagging.
Moment, this moment, get in here.
Yeah.
Don't lose a camera.
Yeah.
Stop. There's always cameras in the
No, also it's a machine.
So how is your stress level this week? Okay.
I think I'll answer that question off camera.
Are we up to-
Yeah, we're live. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I appreciate the inquiry.
All right.
So it's that.
Alrighty. Have to draft everything in every committee.
So you have sent her a new version there somewhere in that final one page. Or one of the 2 pages actually. New. And that's not the one, it's the system.
Okay.
The symbol. There you are.
Okay.
And it's just what we went through yesterday, except for little tiny language changes.
Okay.
You put in education groups, that's why you highlighted that, correct?
Yes, and I did that for me, and I meant to take it out.
The highlight.
Yes.
Yes. So we were on the verge of making a motion.
Okay.
That's what we.
Great, thank you.
Today.
Yeah, I move that we pass draft number 1.2 S214. Second.
Anybody, any discussion? Okay, clerk shall commence to call the roll.
Senator Von Geist.
Yes.
I thought it was last usually.
Last.
I did. Well,
Go down first.
he likes to be first.
Pick it up.
All right. Senator Huffman.
Yes.
Senator Sheen.
Yes.
Senator Ron Pinson.
Yes.
Senator Williams. 6-0-0.
Telepathically, yeah.
Not voted. Oh, Senator Weeks. Since the comment, I said, oh, that's only 5. Senator Weeks.
Yes, sir.
6-0-0. See, I took it for granted. So Good. Who's on report?
Who's gonna report it? Any volunteers?
Oh, you're reporting the other one, right?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I can report. It's a single page. I can't mess that up. We'll see.
I know you're a target now.
Oh, yeah.
We can, so if you have pictures, let's describe what it does.
Thanks for kids.
Do you need anything else?
That one we got until.
Staff now?
Yeah.
Morning.
You do have some clean copy.
Yes, I do.
I just sent it.
Yeah, so I'll get warned tomorrow and then on the floor. Right.
Yeah.
We'd have to suspend the rules.
Reason this would
You have
go
to
anywhere.
Sorry.
I don't think so.
What's that?
No.
Think so. Once one other gets surprised, but I don't think so.
What don't you think?
I don't think you're joining that committee.
Okay.
We're gonna surprise you on.
Well, I don't, I told that happened. I think you guys all remember how that went for me. That's not gonna happen again.
Yeah, so I would plan on Friday. You're right.
Okay.
Good, those tomorrow. So, okay, so now we'll shift gears to kind of a little refresher on S 213. I haven't looked at this for a while. So, actually, that you don't mind, just give us a little refresher.
On S 213,
Yeah.
or I'm sorry, 313.
Yes.
Sure. Do you want me to share my screen or just talk about it?
I think we all have copies.
Okay, so S 313 is an act relating to transforming Vermont's career technical education system, and it is entirely intent language. It's section one or findings and intent. So section one starts with findings. There are four findings, and they take you through pages 1 and 2. And then starting on page 3, section 2 is the legislative intent language regarding creating a transforming Vermont CTE system, and it kind of has buckets of topics. So the first aspiration is to provide universal access, ensuring that every student can participate in CTE programming, including pre-tech and foundation courses by, and then it enumerates how you hope to do that, including increasing access, reducing barriers, providing consistency in admissions policies, addressing the wait list issue. The second, kind of aspirational bucket of concepts here is enabling flexible delivery models, expanding beyond regional tech centers to offer multiple pathways for CTE students to access CTE programming by delivering programs at sending high schools or in a hybrid format, and utilizing shared resources and technology to improve educational access and limit transportation needs. Page 4, line 5 is the third topic, and that is aligning the CTE system with workforce needs. Number 4 is creating a sustainable student-centered funding system that removes disincentives for participation and supports program growth and innovation. Number 5 is exploring the viability and impact of CTE centers becoming diploma conferring institutions or comprehensive high schools. And then addressing the credits issue that you've heard testimony on. The 6th topic is maintaining a strong adult CTE system by building robust adult and continuing education pathways within CTE that meet Vermont's upskilling, reskilling, and workforce development needs. And then the 7th kind of bucket or topic is coordinating CTE governance by establishing governance approaches that strengthen collaboration across districts, improve consistency and program quality, and better support student positive student outcomes, with an effective date for the entire bill of July 1, 2026. That is a very fast summary, but it is all intent language around those broader topics.
Discussion.
Looks great.
Yeah, I still, page 3, line 15, 16, 17. I still think we might be getting ourselves in a little bit of trouble here. That a student who doesn't necessarily make the cut into the local CTE. We were setting ourselves up with provisioning for transportation. And there's no boundaries, but it's like, it's very aspirational. Although I think at some point the responsibility needs to be shared between the district or supervisory union and parents. We're just setting this up where it's complete responsibility of the school system, and I'm not sure. Big pill to swallow to become 100% responsible. So again, it's a caution, and how districts respond could be interesting.
So your concern is that
We're trusted
students having to transport is an expensive endeavor and
without boundary. There's no boundary. That's just a caution.
Let's say,
yeah, go ahead.
I think, to make sure I'm looking at the same thing, page 3, lines 16, 15, and 16. I mean, the way, well, first, it is legislative intent, but, it does say locally accessible program and viable alternatives. So, I mean, I think that if, a student in Brattleboro can't access the program, they're not going to send them, 2 hours away or anything like that.
It's just a caution.
Yeah.
Loading a concern.
I have no doubt that the House Commerce Committee most likely will work on this more. And, we had our CTE directors ready to come in and be more specific in these areas. They're constantly trying to figure out critical mass of students that are getting denied because of the number of seats in a place and how to get them transported somewhere else, which I would argue ultimately can result in the kinds of economies of scale that help our education finance system as well. If kids get waitlisted somewhere, they don't continue to participate in the same way, they don't get on a career path that they want to get on, we've essentially kind of pushed that student away from their flexible pathway to success. And we believe in flexible pathways to success because we want every child to grow up and become economically productive and societally productive. So this is intent and it is aspirational, and it's saying, if we can figure it out and there are enough students who are getting waitlisted or denied somewhere just because of placement amounts and facilities, especially, it's in our best interest too that they be able to get the kind of education they're passionate about somewhere else.
So it was intentional to put that in there.
Yes, and in a
It's
way,
been an issue
Yeah.
every time
and it mirrors what we tried to do last year, just for a unique situation. But ultimately, this is one of the areas where we have, and I think we do need to talk about it again when we talk about the larger maps. There are districts that will say, I want to send you to Essex because we already have a bus going to Essex. Essex doesn't have healthcare. So they need to go to St. Albans. And right now they are figuring out how to get to St. Albans by themselves. Maybe we'd like to say, is there a bus full of students that would like to do nursing in St. Albans? That's good for our education system at some point.
I tend to agree.
Thank you. I'm very passionate about this one.
I can tell.
So, go ahead. I was gonna say, what does, provide consistency in admission policies across all CPE centers? I'm just thinking about the fact that they operate differently.
Mm-hmm.
And a comprehensive is going to have a different admission system for good reason than one that isn't. So is that what we really want to say?
Well, I don't know. I think the question is, what are our admissions policies for academic centers? Right? Like when you do set admissions policies for CTEs, what we've heard is legitimate is safety, and they're not mature enough to be around electrical equipment or something like that.
So that's what you're talking
That doesn't mean they can't be accepted to a CTE. That could mean they're not allowed around certain equipment.
No, I was thinking about it differently.
Okay.
I was just thinking about the different models, the way that they work,
Oh,
the way that comprehensive works versus.
this was written out of a long discussion about you're denied because you can't be around the equipment you want to
I
be around.
get what you're thinking about.
Yeah.
But I understand what you're thinking, yeah. Yes,
Yeah, I'm gonna just load another caution. We heard it in testimony, and that is that the certain students were denied seats in CTEs because of disciplinary issues at the sending school. Again, same page 3, line 15, paragraph D, no student shall be placed or prevented, blah, blah, blah.
Mm.
There are some scenarios where it's the student who's created the barrier to acceptance to a CTE and not the school. And we're not reflecting that. Some students have generated their own destinies, and I don't want to ignore that.
Do you want to add a line?
I'm not sure, it's again, another caution that, everything's leaning towards the side of the student. What's the student and the student's family responsibility to perform? Everything is, life has consequences.
Well, the goal of this is to say that career technical education shouldn't be treated like such a privilege that you get stuck in an academic center where you're not succeeding. If they could work through some of those issues with you. Right now, they are using a lot of reasons to deny our waitlist students because they have no space.
One of the reasons was disciplinary reasons. I do remember the testimony. And what do you do with this language? What do you do with that student? Here it appears that the student has the privilege, regardless of private.
Well-
If student good standing,
Unless,
I mean, just like expulsion or suspension from academic centers, we've had long debates about what rises to the level of denying someone their education. And there are different layers of disciplinary. This is aspirational to say we should make a fairly consistent and understandable definition of what gets you barred from a career technical center, which probably are the same things that might get you barred from your academic center as well.
that would be a good thing to put in there, but at least like Senator Weeks is saying, you have a child or a student that's giving trouble, and he said, well, gosh, I'll just sign up and go to a CTE, and they have no reason to deny me, even though I've been in trouble with the school, and it just protects the CTE, I believe, as well. And it makes the student say, hey, I have to be responsible for my actions if I want to make it those CTE.
Right. They do have, I mean, they all have to meet a lot of federal and OSHA requirements to provide a safe space for everyone.
We're talking about the student getting there, not once the student's there. Is if you have a
Right.
student misbehaving, right, am I getting you right, that at the school,
Yeah,
and they decide, well, I see here, there's no reason to be barred from going to the CTE, so I'm had all this trouble at the school. Now I'm just gonna pick to go to the CTE, and there's nothing to say that my behavior has to change.
yes.
So you
Yeah.
can't let the student use this avenue to continue their behavior if
Yeah.
they've been.
I mean, misbehaving is a huge range of things, I guess.
so that's a common sense to say that I'm not saying
Yeah.
if you,
Thank
I
you.
think, if you're.
No, because we heard it, that they were either rate listed or prevented. That's all
Are
it
you talking about
says.
some AOE?
Well, here's what I was thinking.
Because AOE gave us not great information.
Well, whatever, we could say from line 16, from accessing CTE, or from accessing to CTE, for lack of capacity, when there's a viable alternative, right?
Okay, yeah, I don't want to make it too
Yeah.
leaning in the direction of.
Right.
Yeah. I think that's the point. Yeah, no, I.
Sure.
So I didn't, I was trying already.
I think they're looking up.
Right.
can I go back to the
Yes,
original point I made about transportation?
Yeah.
So let's say CTE Center A has 200 seats. CTE Center B had to turn away 200.
Yes.
So we don't know why they were turned away, but transportation was the issue. And CTE Center A was willing to provide transportation to a school within the district
Mhm.
that couldn't support the other 200 students. So I guarantee you, if we pass this bill and that part of it's written, CTE Center B will find a way to either find more seats if they lose students.
Mhm.
Um, but in the meantime, you're gonna have CTE Center A, is gonna get 200 seats.
That-
filled.
That's right.
Right, and they said they could support the 200.
That's
additional
right.
seats.
The whole point of this is that kids get stuck in these financing quagmires and these other things that when they say, well, a seat might open up and we wouldn't want to lose their tuition dollars, so we're gonna keep them on the wait list for 4 months. And meanwhile, they've lost another opportunity. And then we heard from the students, we lose them to other states eventually because the system makes it easier for them to get the education they want.
But to your point, they were good points. Good eye.
Did we decide to put some term? in
Well, I
there?
think one suggestion is on line 16, after from accessing CTE, add the words or lack of capacity when there is, I think that's what the point is.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's unique to, they could get somewhere else and not have behavioral issues that bar them from participating.
So, let's see.
Well, still have a session, so if there's an anomaly in here, hopefully the House will pick it up and carry it,
Right.
and we'll see it again.
Well, we'd like to make it the way we want it for it goes there. Let's make it, fix it here. So
I
they
think those words
Pick
do
up
the trick.
that whole set of words.
That was the intent. It's not to say you have to take the student no matter what. It's to say there should be easy reasons to deny them that have nothing to do with safety.
So if we add the words. I just said
You
that,
would like a committee amendment.
yeah. Great.
Got it.
Just put those 3 words.
Got it.
Anything else? Feel comfortable? Yeah, I don't want to go like, I don't want to. All right, then we'll promotion.
Go move.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna be able to get you an amendment today.
Oh,
Oh,
I have a meeting at 4 that I need to go to.
Okay. Well,
It gives you 5
well,
minutes.
let's promote.
Remember how I wanted to talk about Kansas?
So, we have you back.
we knew
tomorrow.
that.
We'll be back tomorrow anyway. We
Yes,
can just
you do.
that's at the beginning.
does this need to go to finance? I don't know. I'm trying to think like,
Probably will,
Well, anyway, we'll make it.
we'll make it work. Yeah, okay.
transportation.
Monsters.
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
Yes,
Unrelated to the
We'll figure it
bill,
out.
we did see an email that came out about timing and what have you. Can you you guys have a little more experience, quite a bit more experience here. What is the timing? Does it have to get out of committee by Friday afternoon?
Yeah.
Get
There's
into
policy committees.
out of policy committee, so it can go into finance. So-
Mhm. And then they have a week.
Okay.
so, I'll come back with a legal amendment. And we are done for the day. We're adjourned.